The dawn of August 24th, 79 AD, broke with an unsettling stillness over the bustling city of Pompeii. Life carried on as usual. Merchants shouted their wares in the crowded forum, children played in the narrow streets, and the wealthy reclined in their lavish villas, oblivious to the shadow looming above them. Mount Vesuvius, silent for centuries, stood like a sleeping titan. But deep within its core, pressure was building, magma churning in restless anticipation.
The first tremors.
By mid-morning, the earth began to tremble. Pots shattered on stone floors, fountains spilled their water, and terrified animals bolted through the streets. The people of Pompeii, accustomed to minor quakes, paid little heed. The gods are merely angry, some muttered, casting offerings into temple fires, but this was no ordinary anger. The tremors grew stronger, cracks splitting open the streets. Fissures hissed as sulfuric gas seeped into the air, burning the lungs of those too curious to flee. Birds fell from the sky, their feathers singed by the invisible heat. Then came the roar.
The eruption.
At midday, the heavens were torn asunder. Vesuvius erupted with a force that split the sky, a column of ash and fire shooting miles into the atmosphere. The sound was deafening, a thunderclap that reverberated through the earth, shattering windows and eardrums alike. Chunks of molten rock rained down, smashing rooftops and igniting fires. The ash came next, falling like snow but far deadlier. It filled the lungs of those who tried to breathe, suffocating them in a choking embrace. People ran, screaming, trampling one another in their desperation to escape. A mother clutched her child as a fiery projectile obliterated them both. The streets became rivers of panic, the air thick with ash and the stench of burning flesh.
The pyroclastic surge.
In the late afternoon, the true horror began. A pyroclastic surge, an unstoppable wave of superheated gas and volcanic debris hurtled down the slopes of Vesuvius. It moved faster than any horse could gallop, consuming everything in its path. The first wave reached the outskirts of the city. People standing on rooftops, watching the devastation below, were incinerated in an instant, their bodies reduced to ash before they could scream. The surge swept through Pompeii with merciless speed, collapsing buildings and burying the fleeing masses. A gladiator, still clad in his armor, tried to shield a child beneath his bulk. Both were consumed, their forms preserved forever in twisted agony beneath layers of ash.
The darkness falls.
By nightfall, Pompeii was unrecognizable. The once thriving city lay silent beneath a shroud of volcanic debris. The skies remained dark, the sun blotted out by the ash cloud that spread across the region. Survivors who had fled to the nearby harbor found no safety. The waves boiled, and ships caught fire as molten rock hissed into the sea. The lucky ones drowned, the rest were suffocated by the poisonous air or burned alive. One man, a poet named Caius, scribbled frantically on a tablet as the end approached. His words described a city engulfed in flames, its people begging the gods for mercy. His hand froze mid-sentence as the surge overtook him, his final thoughts etched into stone.
The aftermath.
When the eruption finally ceased, Vesuvius stood quiet once more, its wrath spent. A thick, choking silence hung over the land. Pompeii was entombed beneath 20 feet of ash and pumice, its people preserved in a grotesque tableau of death. Years later, when explorers uncovered the ruins, they found bodies frozen in their final moments, lovers clutching one another, children hiding beneath tables, a man reaching out toward an empty sky. The city was a time capsule of horror, a stark reminder of nature's fury and humanity's fragility. But beneath the ash, Vesuvius still rumbled, a sleeping giant that would one day awaken again.